Hi guys, how are you guys doing today? I have a lot of messages for you guys. The word that I received for many of these messages does relate to restoration, and it does also go to the root of a specific issue that I have to discuss today. And I know it's gonna ruffle some feathers when I talk about this, but like God told me today, he was literally saying, like, you can't wake everybody up unless they're willing to wake up. Not everyone's gonna understand, and not everyone's meant to understand. And that's just the point of Jeremiah 33 verse 3. Come to me and I will teach you the things that you did not know, right? But he also led me to Jeremiah relating to restoration. He led me to Jeremiah, and I want to just say this specific message for you guys. In order for God to properly restore, first and foremost, what does restoration mean? What does restore mean? Restoration is about restoring what was taken from you, what was stolen from you, bringing something back to its original place, original owner, whatever it is, right? Restoration can represent your emotions, going back to a place where you're happy again, your happiness being restored. Restoration could be your dreams being restored. Restoration could be, your relationship, your career, your purpose. Because a lot of things can throw you off the path of getting to your purpose. And that's a whole nother video I got to talk about. It's very deep. But I'll say this. One thing God said relating to him restoring what's rightfully yours, a couple of things have to happen before it's restored. One, accountability, forgiveness, okay? And you have to remember something. When something is being restored, it's going to bring back up a lot of emotions. It's going to bring back the emotions of when it was once taken from you. When it was taken from you, stolen from you, whatever, right? Sorry, I'm walking Leo. It's like, let me give you an example. Let's just say that God is restoring a relationship from your past, and it's someone that you need to marry, he needs you to marry, and you both want to marry each other, you guys love each other. That restoration of that relationship may just bring up wounds, may just bring up a lot of emotions if you have not forgiven the person, if you have not done the work to heal. Therefore, how is that restoration going to take place if there hasn't been any forgiveness, there hasn't been any healing, right? It's the same concept with whatever's being restored in your life right now. Forgiveness has to happen, healing has to happen, and there has to be an acceptance of what happened. An acceptance of, okay, God, I accept that this was taken from me in the past. I accept that I was sabotaged. I accept that all of this happened, and I forgive what has happened. And this has to wholeheartedly come from the heart. It can't be something that, I'm just going to say I forgive from my mind, and I'm just going to say that I accept it, or I take accountability for something from my mind, and in my heart I really don't take accountability. In my heart I really don't forgive. In my heart because God knows your heart. God knows the motives behind things. God knows if you're only saying you forgive because you want the restoration, but he knows that if he gives you the restoration because you have not done healing, because you have not forgiven, it's going to be a disaster. Okay, so restoration has taken place for a lot of people, and I'm telling you guys, God is restoring a lot of things. Another thing that God is really restoring is knowledge and wisdom. And you guys are going to say, well, knowledge and wisdom can't be taken from you. Yes, it can't be taken from you. It cannot be taken from you at all. Absolutely right. And I say this all the time. However, when you are under spiritual warfare, when you are under the influences of specific spirits, especially the religious spirit, there goes the wisdom and knowledge that you have. Then there's confusion that comes in that blocks you from accessing the wisdom and knowledge that has been given to you, because of the confusion, because of not knowing which way to go, because of walking on eggshells, because of whatever spirit you're battling. That can cause a fog with accessing that information, that wisdom that was given to you. That can cause you to start thinking that the wisdom you received was wrong. The knowledge you received from God was wrong. That is being restored too. Whereas you're finally going to get that epiphany, that revelation, like, whoa, wow, now that I know the truth, now that I understand what's going on, now that I have defeated the devil, now that I have defeated that religious spirit, now that I have defeated that spirit, whatever spirit it is, now that I've gained back access to my thoughts, gained back access to my wisdom, my knowledge, I understand exactly what the Lord needs me to do. That's being restored too. Because a lot of you guys, you are like back and forth, not knowing what to do, walking on eggshells, kind of like flip-flopping, confused. Is this God? Is this the enemy? Is this? Is this the? And it caused a lot of you guys to put a lot of things on pause without even knowing that you were doing that. It caused a lot of you guys to start moving into the opposite direction of where you're supposed to be moving towards, and put a pause on your purpose, right? So a lot of things are being restored right now. Like I said, and a part of that is wisdom and knowledge and understanding. Restoration of understanding. But like I told you guys before, a part of restoration, for things to be properly returned to you and for things to finally start going in the direction you need it to go in, accountability has to happen, responsibility has to happen, forgiveness has to happen. God can't restore anything from your past, anything, unless that happens. And I know a lot of you guys are going to say, well, I don't want nothing from my past restored. Wisdom is from your past. Okay? Happiness is from your past. Confidence is from your past. A lot of the past doesn't only revolve around relationships and careers and people. The past revolves around emotions. The past also revolves around who you once were before you got traumatized, who you once were before you went through a lot of warfare, who you once were before the spells hit, who you once were before you got taken over by spirits. That's also a part of restoration. Stop putting limits on God. I'm telling y'all, it's gonna get, the conversations I'm gonna start having with you guys, it's gonna be mind-blowing, but it's gonna trigger a lot of people. And people it's going to trigger are those who are operating under the wrong spirit. That's who it's going to trigger. But like God told me this morning, I can't help everybody. I can try, but not everyone is going to understand. A lot of people are so far in bondage. They went their, that's a whole nother video. They went their whole life looking for a breakthrough. They spent their whole life waiting for a breakthrough. When what happened was the breakthrough that they were waiting for, they chose to release. Because that breakthrough had a part to play in their dreams, a part to play in their purpose. But sometimes when there's specific spirits that are attached to you, sometimes when people are involved and there's a lot of influence, and when you're confused and walking on eggshells, you tend to think that giving up specific things is what's going to lead to your breakthrough. Those sacrifices are what's going to lead to your breakthrough, not realizing that that breakthrough was attached to what you gave up. It's very deep. And that's for another video, but I just want to say, yes, restoration of all things are being restored to those who have been seeking, who have been praying, who has been really just wanting to know the truth. Yeah. You guys, that's what I'm talking about. Love you guys. Talk to you soon. Bye.